kuna kazi ya udaktari ama ualimu kule nje. Lakini kwenda kutafutia Wakenya kazi ya slavery, kazi ambayo you are being mistreated, you are being treated as a slave, you are being paid as a slave. We cannot accept that in this country. We must condemn such kind of invitation in the highest order. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Before I start giving my submissions, let me first of all, I just want to support what Mr. Sam is talking about. Bunge la mwananchi Jakaranda, it is a parliament of dignity and is a historical place whereby the world is watching. So it's very important to reduce jokes and take it with a lot of seriousness, because the seriousness of this house, for a record, has one time shaken the government just because of ideas and not jokes. So even if a member is going out of order, let us have some decorum in rectifying the mistakes being made by members on the floor. From that perspective, let me say this. When I want to put up my contribution towards the given motion, number one, power outage that has not only happened yesterday, but has been happening every month. Mr. Speaker, if you remember, the government is currently privatizing some of the state corporates. Kenya Power has been exempted. I can wonder why Kenya Pipeline can be privatized while Kenya Power cannot. That the government, I can say for a record, you know, I can defend William Ruto with all my energy, but I cannot defend evil and lies. When you cannot tell me that the Kenya Power officials are incompetent. No, this is something that is stage managed so that a time comes and the president stands before the public and announces clearly that he wants to privatize Kenya Power. And from that perspective, nataka kuambia Wakenya ya kwamba Kenya Power being controlled by the government. Nimeangalia nikaona ya kwamba wale watu ambao wana manage power programs in Kenya comes from Kalenjin land, whereby wanaweza pigania tu masimu na wazungumze Kikalenjin na wa disrupt electricity all over the country, so that they are planned to privatize Kenya Power among other senior most state corporates inaweza enda through. Huwezi kuniambia ya kwamba ati stima inaweza potea JKIA na ipotee kwa kibanda na ipotee Kenya mzima, kitu ambacho serikali haijui. Let's not talk about only JKIA, kwa sababu kila Mkenya, hata ule mama mwenye anakatakata mboga, anahitaji stima ili kazi yake iweze kuendelea. Kwa hivyo the government is not serious. It's not about incompetent, but they are not serious. Hawajui ya kwamba what is to prioritize in their operations. Number two, let me talk about exporting labor to other countries. The government of Kenya must create opportunity for their people within this country. A time has come that the foreigners, European countries, are making Kenyans to be slaves, starting with the president. Tukiangalia vizuri sana rais wetu mteule ambaye tulichagua vizuri, amekuwa slave. Why am I saying that our president is a slave today? Rais wetu hawezi kaa hapa Kenya kwa wiki moja ikamilike. Wamehakikisha kwamba yeye ni slave wa in and out. As a result, wamemwambia kwamba we need slaves from Kenya. And therefore wanachukua slaves from Kenya, anasema ya kwamba they are going to export labor from Kenya. It is not about labor. It's about slavery. Wanataka ya kwamba because the president is not categorical about what kind of jobs our people are going to get outside the country. Huwezi kuniambia unakuja kusimama mbele ya watu natangaza kwamba kuna kazi nje ya Kenya na kazi yenyewe ni umaid. That is naivety of the highest order. Let the government and the president tell us that kuna kazi ya udaktari ama ualimu kule nje. Lakini kwenda kutafutia wa Kenya kazi ya slavery, kazi ambayo you are being mistreated, you are being treated as a slave, you are being paid as a slave. We cannot accept that in this country. We must condemn such kind of invitation in the highest order. Watu wetu wasiweze kuenda, if William Ruto wants to be a slave, let him only be the only slave in Kenya, whereby wiki moja ako nje, kila wiki ako nje, he is a slave to the Europeans. Waje sisi tukae hapa Kenya, even if Kenya is not a good country for us, let us stay inside Kenya so that we can know what to do next. Our people are suffering outside. The government is not actually discussing how to save those people who are outside, but instead wanataka waongeze watu wetu wengine nje ya Kenya waende kuteseka. What we are saying is that it's a high time that we must come out clearly and be serious with the operations of the government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.